Hello everyone, welcome to Cover 2 TV. I'm Steve Ho and this is your NFL News Live. We are live and exclusive on this wonderful Wednesday afternoon. Let's get cracking with the breaking news that has just come through. It is Everson Griffen, the Minnesota Vikings pass rusher, and he has just been made a very, 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 very rich man indeed. $58 million over 4 years for the Vikings. $34 million, which is guaranteed money. Wow, we would all love to be paid that type of money. Everson Griffen, listen, 4th round draft pick a few years ago. He became a starter in 2014, a regular starter, and since then he's had 30.5 sacks in just a couple of seasons, 3 seasons. So you can see why he has been paid. He is a really top player. The Vikings are going all in, I'd say, on the pass rush. They've got a very good one. If you add Danielle Hunter to Everson Griffen, you can see why they are looking to pay him. Amazing, really, isn't it? This time of year, you will start to see deals get done as players turn up back for camp. They don't want to run down into their last couple of years. Teams don't want to let them get into their last 3 years. And like I say, I spoke to Chris Pajak, obviously my co-host, earlier today, and he was absolutely delighted at this news. You know, Everson Griffen is an absolute stud player, a stud pass rusher. I should know as a Packers fan. He's been chasing Aaron Rodgers around for quite some time now. Really, really good player. Really good news for the Vikings, and really good news for Griffen, who's earned that paycheck. You know, done things slightly the hard way. He was a rotational guy, like say a 4th round pick, worked away into the team, got his chance, and boy has he taken it. And like I say, $34 million guaranteed, $58 million overall over the next 4 years. Well done to that man. He deserves every single penny or every single cent, as the you American guys will say. Another guy looking to get paid this off-season is wide receiver Allen Robinson from the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's just entered talks. He's about to enter the final year of his contract. And to be fair, the Jags might want to be getting this deal done now because Robinson is coming off a pretty average year, pretty poor year. 2 seasons ago, we got over 1,400 yards. He was absolutely sensational, and we all expect him to do the same again last season. Unfortunately, the Jags struggled. Obviously, there was quarterback issues with Blake Bortles. Did not play well at all. That kind of did affect Robinson, and his season didn't go as well as planned. So yeah, Allen Robinson, like I say, he's in talks with a new deal. He's not completely sold on that though. He might let himself test free agency in 2018. Worst case is he might get the franchise tag, and I think he'd probably take that. The tag number keeps going higher and higher and higher as these wide receivers get paid. And like I say, Allen Robinson might find himself franchise tagged unless they can get a new deal done. I believe the Jags will want to do this now, like I say. Down season, you might get him at a bit of a discount, but the player's got quite a lot of leverage in terms of he might just wait until the franchise tag comes. The franchise tag used to put off a lot of players because of a lack of security. However, with the money involved now and the prices going up and up and up, a lot of players are happy to play on 1-year deals. So time will tell what happens with Allen Robinson. I'd love any Jaguars fans watching this either live or later on the show. Let me know in the comment section below what you think Robinson should be paid. What's he worth? Is he worth the big money that he's probably demanding? Or do you think you might be able to do better elsewhere? Please let me know in the comments. Again, this is a very money-centric theme, like it's going to be happening at this time of year, the next piece of news. The Dallas Cowboys, we all expected them to do a deal to sign Zack Martin over the next couple of days. They've instead, they've gone and signed right tackle Lyle Collins to a 2-year deal worth £15.4 million. Sorry, $15.4 million. Great deal for all involved again. Lyle Collins never really got his payday coming out of the draft. He should have been a 1st round pick. He wasn't because he was wrongly named in a crime that he had nothing to do with. A former partner of his or something was unfortunately killed, and it happened so close to the draft that teams were really put off. His agent apparently put out, he didn't want to be drafted later down in the draft. He wouldn't sign. Played a bit of a blinder in truth. So Collins has just got his money now. And it's only a 2-year deal, so he will hit free agency again at the age of 27. So it's a good deal for all involved. The Cowboys get a bit of security with their player, and the player gets to hit free agency once more and get another contract to try and make up for some of that money that he did lose out on. He's going to start at right tackle this year. He was meant to be there last year. Unfortunately, injuries got in the way. We'll see how he does. That Dallas line's the best in the league. Collins is a stud player. He should do well in it. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, Dallas think he's going to because they've just paid him. And the last piece of news that I'm going to come to today is the Indianapolis Colts quarterback Andrew Luck starting training camp on the physically unable to perform list. Again, the Colts have come out and said, that was always the plan. He was never going to compete from day one in camp. He's had shoulder surgery. Chris Ballard said, he's right on time where he is. He is doing some throwing away from obviously the main practices, but he is on course. Colts fans, let me know in the comments, are you worried about this news or do you believe everything's fine? I personally don't think we're going to see Andrew Luck until maybe the 4th preseason game, where you might see him for a short amount of time. It's never ideal when your quarterback can't go from day one. But I think Andrew Luck is probably good enough to be able to get away with it a bit, isn't he? He's a top player, and I'm sure he'll be fine. I just hope for Colts fans and for fans of the league in general who want to see the best players, I hope this isn't one of those ones where you get to week 4 of the pre-season and there's still doubt, and then he's not fit to start the season and he's playing catch-up throughout the year. Because, to be fair, I don't know if anyone else will disagree, Andrew Luck's, he's at a crossroads in his career. I think a lot of people are doubting him. Is he good enough, or is he going to hit the heights that were expected of him when he come out of Stanford? He was meant to be the main man. He's great. He's been to title games. He's been to the playoffs. I think he's a star player. But he was meant to be considered an all-time, world greatest player, one of the best of all time. In that bracket, that's how highly thought of he was. And at the moment, he isn't quite reaching those very, very high standards. I personally think he's still got a chance to do that. He's still a top player. I just hope he's fit for the rest of this season, because I always want to see the best players on the field. So yeah, we're going to round off the news there. Like I say, guys, thanks for watching. Please check out the channel this week. We've had tons and tons of content. Our last studio show, where we talked about the odds of various scenarios happening, such as Alex Smith getting benched. We spoke about the Steelers maybe having a bit of a slump. Dak Prescott having a slump. Will a team goes 0-16 this year? Please do check that out on the channel. Please give this video a big thumbs up from me. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel as well, so you get the notifications when we go live every single day. And until next time, we'll see you soon on Cover 2 TV. Goodbye.